Firing sequence initiated. Locating target. Target identified. Range 390 kilometers. Laser armed. Preparing to fire in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, Cats.
A what?
Where did you go?
Oh, hey, John. I was just about to collect that batch of data you asked about.
Oh, great. How's the laser working?
It's amazing. My laser beam travels from up here all the way down to Earth's atmosphere. When it hits the clouds, most of the laser light gets scattered, but some actually reflects back to me. And from that, I can learn about the many tiny particles that are floating around in the air. Of course, in science, we call those microscopic particles aerosols, which is the A in my name, Cloud Aerosol Transport System. And with my laser, I can detect all kinds of aerosols, everything from sea salt to VOG, which are the aerosols that you guys in Hawaii probably know best.
Interesting. I have always wondered exactly how that laser of yours works.
Hey, but wait a minute. You're a scientist. Shouldn't you know about all that?
Well, yes, I am a scientist. But I'm not a physicist or an engineer. I'm not even a climatologist studying the weather patterns over time. I'm actually a biologist.
But if you're not a climatologist, then why exactly are you using my data on the atmosphere? I mean, all of your data retrievals have been for information on the aerosols in the clouds over Hawaii.
Well, it's certainly true that the data you collect is important for studying the climate. As a matter of fact, many scientists say that aerosols in our atmosphere are a key predictor of climate change. But you of all people, I mean instruments, should know that when something changes in one of our spheres, it affects another. For instance, active volcanoes release a great deal of aerosols, those microscopic particles that float around in the atmosphere. Aerosols affect the amount of rainfall, and that affects plant growth, which is what I monitor.
Oh, yeah, I see. So as a biologist, you're looking to see how aerosols from the geosphere get into the atmosphere, then mix with the hydrosphere to fall as rain, which then waters the plants in the biosphere.
Yes, Hawaii serves as a great laboratory to study these kinds of connections. We have active volcanoes, and we are far out in the middle of the ocean, isolated from other land areas.
Yeah, I guess you guys do look kind of isolated down there. And the volcanoes look amazing. I can spot aerosols coming from the Big Island right now. It's funny though, I can actually see a lot of aerosols coming from Honolulu as well. Is there an active volcano there?
No, that's the challenging part of all this. While some aerosols are produced naturally by the volcanoes and the oceans, nowadays we humans are creating a lot of aerosols as well, with our factories, our cars and trucks, even our farms. And the data we get from you and other instruments suggests that human-made aerosols have negative effects on our Earth system.
Yeah, I guess I do see a lot of activity down there. Looks like there are people all over.
Well, not quite all over. But with the current population in Hawaii, we certainly need to work to ensure things don't get out of balance. Generations ago, the population of Hawaii was sustained by what the islands provided. Just as the people within an ahupua'a made a living with the land, air, plants, and animals in it, so too did the islands provide for the Hawaiian people as a whole. It was very similar to what a scientist might call a closed system. Very little in the way of materials was added or removed.
Hey, I know about that. Earth is kind of like a closed system. The sunlight gets in, and some even bounces back out into space. But things like air, water, soil, life, nothing really comes or goes.
That's right. Perhaps that's why we call it Island Earth. But over time, things have changed here in the Hawaiian Islands. Advances in technology have brought new ways of living and more people to Hawaii. So many people that the islands no longer function as a closed system. We will have to change the way we live here in Hawaii and on Island Earth.
What makes you say that, John?
Well, you do, Cats. You and the other instruments and satellites that are part of the NASA Earth observing mission. Data from you and the others tell scientists like me that our way of life has begun to affect all of Earth's spheres. Aqua tells us that the ocean temperatures are rising in the hydrosphere. The satellite OCO2 tells us that more heat-trapping carbon is being released into our atmosphere. From the satellite Terra, we can see that the patterns of plant growth in our biosphere are changing due to global warming. And data from the satellite Jason, as well as others, suggest that in Hawaii and many other places, coastal erosion from rising sea levels could drastically alter our geosphere. That's why having you and all of the other NASA instruments to monitor our Earth is so important. It allows humans to gain that crucial Earth as a system perspective. So we must continue to make wise decisions about the ways we live. We must protect our precious Earth system.
Wow. You've taught me a lot about Hawaii, John. I can see why it's such a great laboratory for your work. More than that, it's a great laboratory for everyone living on Island Earth.
Now that's the perspective I was hoping you'd gain. Whether you're floating high above it or just living on it, there's still so much to learn about our planet. We're all a part of the Earth Observing Mission.
Thanks for sharing, John. See you on the next go-round.
Mahalo to you, Cats, and keep up the good work.
Hello, hano, hello, kalikapua iliahi. Please, my hoi oi ke aloha. Oi ai ua ano ua